Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum worthy students. Today we'll discuss a remarkable way of beautifying our content, that is an adverb. You might be aware of the different parts of speech like a noun or a verb. Adverb is that part of speech that modifies a verb, adjective and other adverbs. Let's have a quick recap of the terms that have just been used. A verb is a word that shows some action. For example, he is sleeping. Here, sleeping is showing some action, that's why it will be termed as a verb. An adjective is a word that describes a person, place or thing. For example, the brave soldier. Here, brave is describing a person, so it's an adjective. Now, how can we describe a verb, adjective and other adverbs? Let's make some additions to the examples that have already been discussed. He is sleeping peacefully. Now, peacefully is telling us how he is sleeping. It is describing the verb sleep, so here the word peacefully is an adverb. Similarly, in the very brave soldier or the enormously brave soldier, the words very and enormously describe the adjective brave, that to what extent he is brave. Is he less brave or very brave? So, we will term the words very and enormously as adverbs. This is how adverbs define adjectives. Now, how do they define other adverbs? He is sleeping peacefully. If we add the word very before peacefully, we are trying to define the word peacefully, which is an adverb. So this is how adverbs can define other adverbs as well. Adverbs have numerous types, but we will discuss only 5 of them. These are adverbs of time, place, manner, degree, and frequency. Let's begin with adverbs of time. Adverbs of time tell you when an action took place. Like the student got an A grade yesterday, you are watching a video now, and so on. They answer the question when. Let's form up a question for the first statement. When did the student get an A plus grade? Yesterday. Now, how did the question start? With which word? When. So that means that yesterday is an adverb of time because it is answering the question when. Adverbs of place tell us where an action took place, like the bird is present inside or outside the birdhouse, the girl is standing upstairs and the dog is standing downstairs, and so on. They answer the question where. Again, let's form up a question for the first statement. Where is the bird present? The bird is present inside the birdhouse. The question was beginning with where. So this means that inside, outside, and all such adverbs are adverbs of place. Adverbs of manner tell us how an action took place, like he is doing his work happily, he went to his office hurriedly or quickly. They answer the question how, like how is he doing his work? He is doing his work happily. How did he go to his office? He went to his office quickly. They are showing us the manner, the way in which the action is being done. That is why we will call them adverbs of manner. Let's move to the fourth type now. Adverbs of degree answer the question to what extent. You might have seen speedometers which tend to tell us about the extent to which the vehicle is moving with a speed. This adverbometer will tell you the degree to which it was raining yesterday. If we want to say that there was a very less rain, we may say that it was raining very slightly. Then, if we want to convey that there was an increase in the pouring, we would say it was raining quite heavily or very or extremely heavily. This is how we increase the adverbometer to tell the level to which an action is being performed. Let's try the question tip here. To what extent was it raining? It was raining very heavily. Very is answering the question to what extent or to what degree. So yes, it's an adverb of degree. Adverbs of frequency answer the question how often. Here is another adverbometer to tell you where to use which adverb of frequency. If you do some task very often, you may use the adverb always, like I always wake up early in the morning. If some action is done not quite often, you may use the word sometimes, like she sometimes plays tennis on the weekends. Similarly, for an action that is not done at all, we may use the word never, like he never forgets to wear his helmet. This is how adverbs of frequency are used to tell how often or how frequently an action is performed. Time for asking the question now. How often do I wake up early in the morning? I often wake up early in the morning, or I never wake up early in the morning. Often and never are answering the question how often, so they will be termed as adverbs of frequency. Now, when the five types of adverbs have been discussed, it's time to discuss a very commonly committed mistake. That is to think that all adverbs end in ly. Usually it is thought that all the words that end in ly are adverbs. That's not correct because there are certain verbs that have ly at the end, but they are not adverbs. For example, multiply, apply, and reply have ly at the end, but they are all verbs. Lovely, ugly, and friendly too have ly at the end, but they are adjectives. Similarly, firefly, family, and jelly also have ly at the end, but they are also not adverbs. On the other side, there are certain adverbs which do not have an ly ending, but they act as adverbs. For example, outside, tomorrow, never, and soon. So, this affirms the idea that adverbs do not necessarily end at ly. It's not a must. Yes, most of the adverbs do have ly at the end, like beautifully, gently, bravely, neatly. But that should not be considered a way to identify an adverb. It's activity time now when we have discussed adverbs and their types in detail. Attempt these activities in the best of your handwriting in your practice notebook. Do give page 150 and 151 of your book a read. All the best. Approach us if you have any problem. Take care. Allah Hafiz.